Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and hello everybody. Welcome to the fourth component, important component in the process of change I've told you about. We started from the thinking, then problem solving strategy, then time, and now planning. Now planning, in fact, there is a lot of words about planning. There are books, there are courses in planning. Sometimes they use a whole session, maybe complete term in the university about planning. The planning, in fact, is very simple because we are planning every day. We are planned to go to our work. We are planned to pray when we have wudu. We are planned to wake up for Fajr praying when we set the alarm. So planning is about our life. Why this exaggeration about planning? Well, there are two types of planning. There are daily planning or personal planning, and there are what I call strategic planning, which for companies, for big projects, which you need to do everything in details. As I've told you, these four components, I'll come across with them in detail when I come them to the process of change. But now I'm just to try to give just highlight. Okay, let us now look at it step by step. We do plan in our life, going to work, traveling, shopping, sleeping, drinking tea, coffee. Sometimes we have tea time and coffee time. So what's the meaning of planning? Planning, to put a plan in your mind or on a paper about what you are going to do. We have as Muslims the concept of planning. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله ولتنظر نفس ما قدمت لغد, which roughly meaning, oh, you believe, fear Allah, and then see what you're going to do to face your consequence tomorrow. وَلْتَنْظُرْ نَفْسٌ مَا قَدَّمَتْ لِغَدْ. What have you done here? You will face it. This is the concept of planning. Very easy. So we have to plan for everything and plan correctly because Allah will ask us. Can you see this? We'll be very sensitive in every single issue of our life because Allah will ask us. It will be in the record. So you need to plan it. And again, if your plan fail, you have the reward for the intention. Intention is very powerful force inside you as a concept of planning. Now, we say that the job is done two times, any job, any action. First time on paper or in the plan, your mind. Second time in practice. And you will learn when you plan in both. For example, we planned this talk with my brother Muhammad Ismail. In advance, we plan it. If we succeed, alhamdulillah, we say alhamdulillah, Allah be praised, because Allah helped us to do so. If we don't, we have the reward from Allah about our intention. So a plan is not only, I would say, something to organize and it has to be exactly the same. No. And that's why we should come to the plan strategy. Plan strategy is very important. And I think so many people, when they plan, they forget about these factors. The plan. Features of the excellent plan. Number one, should be flexible. Flexible, wide within reasonable time scale. We cannot say, for example, I'm going to lose 5 kilograms of weight in 1 month. That's wrong. Even 2 months. Put it flexible. So within this, you will have your error. You will have what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, unexpected things in the future. There are so many things you can't expect when you do a plan. So you have to put it there within your plan. It has to be flexible, number one. And number two, it has to be very clear and simple. Clear plan, simple plan. Don't make it very complicated. Otherwise, it's very difficult for you to do. Clear and simple. When I supervise postgraduate students, I've told them there are two things, clarity and simplicity. Clarity and simplicity, very important in any plan whatsoever. Then expectation during practice. What's your expectation? Try to imagine, what do you think that you'll expect from this plan? If you, for example, going to London, Are you going from M1 or M40? Sometimes M40 is better. There is no cameras there for those who are speeding up. And same thing, you may have less crowd. But you have to do just try to think about the expectation. You're going to Heathrow Airport from M1 or Heathrow Airport from M40. Difference is half an hour, 15 minutes. I mean, the destination when you arrive there. You have to be very realistic when you look at it. Look at it this way. And sometimes your expectation will be the same. So when you have more time, flexible in your plan, you can, in fact, compensate any error or any mistake you may have. The other thing in the plan, you have to evaluate your plan. For example, our journey to London, we used M1 and it was crowded. Second time, you may use M40. You made different road, A roads. You can just adjust your GPS and then for the A roads. So you have to evaluate it now. If you see that the first plan doesn't do that, when you repeat the same thing, change a little bit in your plan because it's flexible. You can change it. Don't make the plan unchangeable because this will be very difficult. You fail, and this failure will lead to embarrassment, will lead to depression, will lead to psychological, I would say, effect. Now, always you need to have what you call plan B, which is known, everybody knows, plan B, alternative plan. I mean, anything you have to make it like this. For example, I say to my brother, Sheikh Muhammad Ismail, Jazallahu khairan, I will come and see you 5 o'clock. Sometimes, before I say this word, 5 o'clock means 5 o'clock, I am Muslim. So I have to be there at 5 o'clock exactly. But because maybe the traffic there, I tell, listen, I'll be there between 5 to 5:15 or 5:10. From Hamilton to here, it took about 9 minutes. But sometimes in Gypsy Lane, you may have traffic congestion. Then you may have 5 extra minutes or 7 minutes. Make it in this way. If it's otherwise, go early. If I have to be exactly 5 with them, I have to go early. I have to give extra. So if the distance, according to GPS, 9 minutes, I have to make it half an hour. 15 minutes or 17 minutes, just in case. This is the way. The other thing in the planning, which is important, no exaggeration. I mean, you should not make things complicated and exaggerate things. No, things should be simple. If you make it simple and clarity, so simple and clear, simplicity and clarity, this is the concept of everything, especially in the plan. You will achieve, inshallah, your task in the time. And that's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught us to do it. Now, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam history, how did he do? He planned in advance. Allah with him, Azza wa Jal, but he planned everything in advance. And we will look at the seerah. There are so many lessons about the history of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the life story of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he planned everything. And Khulafa Rashidin after him, they planned everything. They planned the summer, in the winter. They considered so many things happen. I mean, no doubt your plan summer different from winter. If you are traveling in a very severe winter to any place in Europe, it won't be the same when you travel in summer, for example. There are weather conditions which you need to consider in your plan. And that's why this is only the highlight, I would say, highlight points of a planning. I hope to see you next time to discuss further about the process of change, and thank you very much.